we all been waiting for. Anthony Joshua versus Parker is going down. Do you think Parker has a chance of beating Joshua by decision in England?
Look, of course he has a chance. You know, he's a world champion himself. Yes, obviously he's not recognised as much as Joshua or Wilder for that instance. You know, but look, at the end of the day, he has a chance. You know, Joshua's chin has been questioned in a couple of fights. You know, Parker's got a decent enough punch. If he can stick it out for the first 5 or 6 rounds and bring it into the later rounds, it could make for an interesting fight. You know, Joshua in his last fight was fighting a guy who he should have really had no problems against, but that guy took him into the later rounds. And look, Joshua's a monster of a man. You know what I mean? He's just solid muscle from head to toe.
Yeah. And
carrying all that muscle, you know, he'll fatigue very quick. So when you bring him into the later rounds, he's not going to have that snap, that power that he had in the first 5. You know, so for me, if he can make it past the 50, it'd make a very interesting fight. But I think Joshua will just do enough. You know, I think he will.
If it does go to distance, do you think Parker can win a decision being in England? You know, it's Joshua's hometown.
I don't think so. He'd have to do a Fury done to Klitschko in Germany. Really just outbox him and really leave it that the judges couldn't give it against him, you know? And I don't see Parker having that in him. I can see him making it a very good fight, and he could really put on a show, but I just can't see him getting the decision.
So let's fast forward. We say Joshua beats Parker. Eddie Hearn said that Big Baby Miller will be next. But after Wilder's knockout performance against Ortiz, do you think he should be moved up in the line to fight Joshua?
I think it makes sense for Joshua to come to America and fight someone like Baby Miller, who brings a big crowd with him. Obviously, the crowds are going to come to see Joshua to see what all the hype's about, you know. And, you know, for a fight like that, obviously, with Eddie Hearn having Danny Jacobs, you know, he'd bring him into the undercard and make it so that there would be a good crowd there. I think it makes sense to get Joshua some American exposure before they make that fight with Wilder, you know. Where should that fight with Wilder happen? In my opinion, it should be England. You know what I mean? You can fill an 80,000 seater arena. You know,
yeah.
Wilder talked about it should be in Vegas, but I think it merits a bigger crowd than that. You know, the world heavyweight title, unification title. If Joshua claims the WBO of Parker, then it's a unification for every title there, you know.
Everything's on the line.
And then the main man, Tyson Fury, will be waiting for the winner. You know, he's meant to be back trained, he's meant to be in shape. It'll be interesting to see.
Well, I think one of the concerns Wilder may have is if he stumbles in England, the referee's going to wave it off. They're going to stop the fight. So let's take round 7, Wilder Ortiz. Wilder was hurt. A lot of people thought the fight should have been stopped. If that happens in England, it's getting stopped. I'm thinking that's why he wants to take the fight on U.S. soil.
Make it interesting, you know. Get an American referee, you know, or get a referee who's not biased, you know. Do you know what it is? If Wilder were to go to England and let's say he got wobbled a bit, and the referee jumps straight in and stops it, there's going to be that much debate and that much argument over what happened that, you know, it's going to bring a lot of disruption, especially for Joshua. I think there shouldn't be really a big problem with that. I think if Wilder were to go to England, I think he'd get fair treatment, you know. Obviously the English commentary, like the bullshit the whole way through the fight and make it look like the English guy's doing a lot better than he actually is, but at the same time, I think he'd get a fair enough decision, you know.
Now you say Tyson Fury would get the winner of the two. Do you think he's ready to come back at such a high level after being off for so long?
I don't know. I seen an announcement that he came out and he said that there was big news to come very soon. Now, obviously him being out of the game for near 2 years, he's going to have to take a couple of warm-up fights. You know, maybe if he got 2 fights in by the end of the year against guys who maybe in the top 15 in the world, I reckon he'd still have the quality to do it, you know. I think he could put up a good show in this year because, let's be honest, he's not going to get fighting any of the world champions this year. You know, Joshua's already got his fights planned out right up until the end of the year. You know, Wilder's not going to fight anybody else, I don't think, until he gets Joshua. So I think Fury could tip away and just get himself built back up, get used to the ring again, and then 2019, you know, he could really go and give any one of them a good go.
Do you think Fury can handle Wilder's power?
I think so. I think,
Do you think
you know,
he can stay away from?
oh, he'll stay away. That's one thing about him. For such a big man, he's very good in his feet, you know. And I think he could tire Wilder out, because Wilder would miss an awful lot. You know, that's one thing about Fury. He likes to make the guys miss, and I think that there could play a part in if the fight went to the later rounds. Fury would be the fresher of the two, and he could really start to use his power to win the fight. You know, so I look, it'll be very interesting. I just think that the heavyweight divisions finally got back to where it kind of used to be. You know, you're not seeing so many, let's just put it, fat guys just getting in the ring now and wrestling with each other. These guys are starting to take it serious, you know. You look at Wilder, you look at Joshua, even Parker, these guys are trim. You know, there's muscle there, they're solid guys. You know, Jesus, 10 years ago they were all big fat slobs just rolling around. The heavyweight division was it was a joke. Nobody wanted to watch it. Now it's back to being at the pinnacle, you know. Everybody's interested to see what's going to happen. And I tell you what, there's some very good fights there between Wilder, Joshua, and if Fury gets back to where he was, then you've got them three guys that they could really do something serious, you know. So I'm looking forward to Joshua fighting Parker, and then looking forward to what's going to happen next.